Real seven.
For all the seniors who are making their college announcements, please come up and make them now.
As everyone is coming up, I just want to go over a couple of other things. 3 people have not given us their SAT test tickets. So Gabe Valenti, Ting Ting, and Jean Lee, we need to have that ticket today. Please bring it to Miss Jordan. I also want to remind you that on Monday, the AP and IB testing will start, and the college counseling area, the fencing room, there will be a number of tests given there. So the door that has the sign that says college counseling next to my office is going to be locked, so that you will not come in and disturb those test takers. So if you're giving a tour, please go into the door, the next one down that leads into Miss Jordan's office. And even if you want to come and see me, you need to enter into the door where Miss Jordan's office is. And you can walk through that then. So think about that when you're coming to check your college mail as well. You're going to go in our other door. And it'll definitely last for 2 weeks. And then when we're into the 3rd week of IB testing, if there is a test in the fencing room, that door will be locked. But if the fencing room is open, then my door will be open as well. If you are taking an AP exam and you didn't make it to our pre-registration session, and you haven't been in to see anyone to pre-register, you need to do that by the end of the day tomorrow, or you won't be able to take the test. And there are some people who still need to pay. So you actually have to pay and pre-register so that you can do it. So we have a pretty long line. This is like the long blue line here. If you have not gone on the portal to let us know that you would like to make your college announcement, you are more than welcome to join the end of this line. We will have more announcements next week, but there will be a lot of testing going on, so we will lose a number of our audience members. So I'm going to turn it over to everyone here. They're just going to give you their name and where they're going, and we'll go through this fast.
I'm Christian Calistro, and I'm going to Iona College in the fall.
Hi, I'm Danielle Rose Roberts, and I'll be going to Boston College.
My name is CJ Mulwer, and I will be attending Hobart College.
Hi, I'm Hugh, and I'm going to Hobart College.
Hey guys, I'm Mickey, and I'll be attending Carnegie Mellon University.
Hi, I'm Caroline Rodman, and I'll be attending Sal Virginia University.
I'm Nick Napolitano. I'm attending the University of Mississippi.
Hi, I'm Patrick Key, and I'll be going to the University of Delaware.
I'm Zion, and I'll be at the University of San Diego.
I'm J.R. Watrasiri, and I'll be going to Bates College.
My name is Sadiq, so I'm going to Allegheny College.
I'm Christina, and I'm going to University of Connecticut. I'm Amanda, and I'll be going to Wagner.
My name is Nina, and I'm attending Allegheny College.
Hi, I'm Shin. I'll be attending UC Berkeley.
Hi, I'm Red Scott. I'm going to University of Rochester.
Hi, my name is Juma. I'll be attending to NYU.
Hi, I'm Brian.
Adam, and I'm going to Boston University next year.
Hi, I'm Me, and I will be going to Davidson College.
Hi, I'm Jamie, and I'll be attending Hampshire College in Amherst.
I'll be going to American University. And up next, we have an announcement for the Earth Day posters.
Hello, so the EGOT leaders received many stunning submissions for their annual Earth Day poster contest. You can see the winning poster on the CA website. For the third year in a row, the winner was Junhun Lee. Congratulations. This poster is we will run this contest again next year, so you can start working on your submission right away. Thank you for those who participated.
And up next, we have an announcement for the Coleman Group.
Just a reminder that the Coleman Senior Celebratory Luncheon and Pinning Ceremony is tomorrow, from Friday, May 1st, from 11:30 to 1. You should go to your F period class and then leave at 11:30, and you should be able to return to your B period class at 1 o'clock. If you have not signed up, please do so, or you may see me right after the meeting over here by the windows. Hope to see you all there. Thank you. And this is for all young ladies in the audience, not just the seniors.
Up next, we have an announcement from Andrew Chin about, I'm not sure.
Yeah, about Miss National. If you're a Chinese student and you are not a senior, please stay after the meeting. Thank you.
And now an announcement from Danielle for Cheshire Challengers.
Hey guys. So the first game for Cheshire Challengers is going to be this Saturday at 9:30 on the turf actually, because Darcy Field isn't ready yet. So we ask all the buddies to be there by 9:15. And also if you have not registered on the CheshireChallengers.org website to be a buddy, make sure you do that before the game, and everybody's welcome. Thank you.
And now we're going to start our senior speeches. Oh, you do? Okay, just kidding. We have an announcement and then a senior speech.
Ms. Evans sent out some emails about the senior slideshow, which is played at Spring Fling and the senior dinner. So you can submit old pictures or new pictures or then and now pictures. Just make sure everyone in the photo is a senior. Also, Ms. Evans sent out a link to request songs that you can play along with the senior slideshow. And any pictures can either be emailed to myself or Ms. Evans. Thank you.
Christian Calistro to start the senior speech for today.
I believe a lifetime of humanitarian service is the foundation from which I seek to live my life. Throughout my life, I've had the fortunate opportunity to become immersed in being actively involved in community service. In doing so, I have gained an enlightened perspective into the lives of others less fortunate than myself. Poverty is a global epidemic that crosses all racial boundaries. I believe becoming actively involved in community service can assist others by providing support, better self-esteem, and even a sense of humor during what is likely a very stressful and challenging time in their life. I believe humanitarian service is more than something a high school student should put on their college application. It should not simply be a one-time opportunity, but rather continued service to the marginalized of society should be a lifelong commitment. Being involved in organizations such as Columbus House, which is a soup kitchen in New Haven, Connecticut, Easter Seals Goodwill Fantasy of Lights, which benefits people with mental disabilities, and by being a regular lector at my church, has broadened my perspective on my life and the lives of others. I most recently had the opportunity to volunteer at an event called Abraham's Tent this past January. Abraham's Tent was a week-long event at which a group of homeless men were given the opportunity to take shelter at my church instead of living on the streets during the bitter cold winter nights. I cooked, I cleaned, and I transported boxes of supplies. But the most valuable aspect of the time I spent with these men was my conversations with them. I think a stereotype of many homeless people is that when you give them money, they will use it for drugs or alcohol. And I think that a lot of people immediately assume that these people who are really no different than you or I will use it for drugs and alcohol, and they are really no different than you or I. And so they have never worked before, and so they are lazy. But it was at Abraham's tent that these 12 homeless men changed my life for the better, by giving me the inspiration to continue to help give back to our community. I learned that these men have many of the same interests as I have, so we played bingo, watched NBA games, and shared our stories. But perhaps the most eye-opening conversations I had were that these men once did have regular jobs, dreams, and aspirations, but they just hit a bump in the road that caused them to lose their jobs and eventually lose their homes. These men were the most appreciative men I have ever been around. They thanked me unceasingly for the simplest favor I did for them. What amazed me most was that even through all of their struggles of losing their jobs, homes, and even their families, they always spoke positive words and were firm in their faith in God. Life is truly a game. One day you're on top of the world, and the next day you're down in the dumps, literally. It is easy for us all to take for granted what we have, but we must remember that there are homeless men, women, and children living on the streets every day and night who have no food, shelter, or adequate clothing. I believe that serving others is more than a one-time task, but rather it is a lifelong commitment. I believe serving others is a wonderful privilege, and it is something I look forward to doing for the rest of my life. Thank you.
And now we have C.J. Boulware giving his senior speech.
Good morning, everyone. One summer, when I was 8 years old, my father made me learn this poem. And from that point on, until I was 13, I had to recite and speak my thoughts on this poem. The poem that my father made me learn was called If by Rudyard Kipling. And this, I believe, is why I am who I am today. Now, when I mean learn this poem, I'm talking about from day one, I had a notebook and a pen, and I had to rewrite the first 2 verses over and over again. And after that, I had to write what I believed they meant and speak to my father about it. And the next day, I would write the next 2 verses, and so on, until I finished the poem. He was preparing me for the future that stood in front of me. What he did not know was that he was also preparing me for something that no one could ever be prepared for. And that, my friends, is IB English with Mr. Aronson. Now, from an 8-year-old's perspective, this seemed like an annoying task. But later, I learned that doing this taught me at an early age how to gather my thoughts and be able to speak my mind. A tool that in this day and age seems to be a necessity that not everyone seems to possess. There are also a number of life lessons within the poem that I hold dearly to this day, over a decade later. And after listening to this poem, you might do the same. It starts off with, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowances for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting or being lied about, don't deal in lies. Or being hated, don't give way to hating. And yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. This stanza speaks to me on staying firm and being confident in your decisions, but also being able to take advice from others as well. Additionally, being able to deal with the negativity that you may encounter from others. I use these lessons in many places, such as the dorms with friends, leading my peers on the athletic field, and voicing my opinion in the classroom. The poem continues on with, If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to, broken, and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools. This stanza is important to me because, and my favorite, because it tells you that life is a roller coaster, and that you're going to have good times and you're going to have bad times, but you have to roll with the punches either way. And know that sometimes in life you will fall or be dealt a bad hand. Again, I say, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same, or watch the things you gave your life to broken and stoop and build them up again with worn-out tools, these words never spoke more truth to me than on a Tuesday evening on September 15th of 2014, when an incident occurred that would alter the first half of my senior year here at Cheshire Academy. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it all on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss, if you can force your heart, nerve, and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there's nothing in you except the will which says, just hold on. This stanza speaks about characteristics one needs to become a man in this world. Characteristics such as perseverance, hard work, and determination. These characteristics can be used by an athlete on 4th and goal, one playlist, with a time on the line, with a time running out, and their team needs them. Or it can be used with a single parent who just got done working overtime, gets called in for their second job with no time to sleep, but needs to go because their child needs them. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men can count with you, but none too much. This taught me how to be humble at all times, and to keep your circle of friends small, but being able to associate with different social groups. When I go home, I don't speak to my friends about the differences and opportunities that I have established going to prep school, that guilt that going to prep school has given me. Nor do I speak down about my public school friends here at Cheshire Academy. I am the same in both social settings. If you can fill an unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that is in it. And which is more, you'll be a man, my son. So as I conclude my time here with you today, I hope you use this poem as a tool. Because this, I believe, is a tool for great men, is a tool to create great men, a tool to create great women, and a tool to create great leaders. I hope you have a nice day.
And following the musical performance today, we will make the announcement for the class officers. But until then, we're going to start off with 8th grader Shiva Carey, playing Sonata 32 by 8. If I could have a drum roll for the junior class officers. For treasurer, we have Abby Candell. Secretary, Miranda Chen. Vice President, Regina McCoy. And President of the junior class, John Fox. And now for the senior class officers. For treasurer, we have Cheryl Song. For secretary, we have Andy Duong. Vice President is Charles Crocus. President of the senior class is Ben Buckmeyer. So another hand to our class officers, the musical performance, the college announcements, and